man, I remember you driving for Roger Penske, and you know, and I think at the time, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think Rusty Wallace was your teammate, but you know, from what I remember, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jeremy Mayfield comes over and drives for Roger Penske, and you started showing up your teammate, and your teammate didn't like it. And not only did you start beating your teammate consistently, I mean, I remember a race where I think it was Pocono, Pennsylvania, and I think you won the race, but man, you earned it. I mean, you
Right.
raced Intimidator like he races everybody. And he told you, I think after the race was over, he told you, "Hey man, you're number one." But man,
Right.
it was cool to see a guy like yourself. That, like you said earlier, you didn't buy your way. You created opportunities, and your driving ability got you to the next level. But man, once you got there, you was a winner, man. And I remember that like it was yesterday. You put yourself on the map because even though you raced with all these superstars and everybody that kind of made the sport what it is, I put you right there with them.
Right. Well, I appreciate that, you know, and, you know, I get asked that question a lot about Dale Earnhardt that day at Pocono, and it just seems like that's definitely the highlight of my career, something that, you know, I'll never forget, obviously. And I know a lot of Earnhardt fans out there haven't forgot it either. They let me know quite a bit, you know, still today. And, yeah, I still get people coming up and they're like, "Man, you know, you owe me a TV." And I'm like, "What? I swear this has happened like at least 50 times. I'm like, "TV what?" I already know what they're going to say. You know, they said, "Yeah, I threw my beer through my TV and busted my TV and everything that day," you know, because they was pulling for Earnhardt, you know. And I know I made a lot of fans probably mad that day, but, you know, the good thing about it was Earnhardt was a true champion, you know, and he was so cool, and just to be around, and he took it like a champion, you know. I mean, you didn't hear him say anything about it or nothing, you know. And I actually told him when I first seen him after that, I said, "Man, I thought you was going to be, you know, pissed off at me, you know, worse than you are, you know." And he's like, "Nah, I wasn't mad at you, man." You know, kind of grabbed me in the headlock. And the best part about it, he said, the only thing that made me mad is all the stuff you said after the race about him, you know, because I didn't know what to say. You know, I knew I had to say something because all the fans were throwing beer bottles over the fences. And I mean, they were like giving me hell, you know. So I knew I had to say something. And the only thing I could figure out was, use the same thing he said to got him out of the Labonte deal, you know. And was about, you know, just want to rattle his cage a little bit. But I think I rattled his fans' cages quite a bit too. But that certainly was a good day. And I always like, you know, going back and watching that, looking at it, and it's pretty cool.
Jerry, one thing I want to ask you, talking about Dale Earnhardt and some of those close finishes, certainly another one was the 1998 Daytona 500. And you watch back those last couple of laps, and it's you and Bobby Labonte battling for second. You guys are coming to the caution and the checker together. I'm curious, had that race played out green, and what was going through your head? What was going to be your plan to try and get around Earnhardt on that final lap? Had that played out with the green flag situation?
Well, this is going to be funny because that day, you know, I followed Dale all day. I pushed him all day, you know, and I knew he's trying to win the Daytona 500, and I wanted to win too, you know. And I thought, man, you know, this is it right here. We're doing good. Because I knew I wanted to be like second, third, or, you know, somewhere like that instead of being the leader. Now team up on you and come around you. But I had the confidence of my old buddy Rusty, you know, that was supposed to go with me. And I think, David, you said the best while ago, you know, he and I really didn't work together that well. And but he was going to pull out and go with me. We had our radios, you know, we talked back and forth, this, that, and the other. And so we're going down the back stretch, and I started easing out a little bit and see if he would ease out. He was like, I think a couple car lengths back, you know, and or I think he's running fifth or something like that. So I'd ease out, and he started easing out. I'm kind of pulled back in, like, well, should I go? Should I not? Should I, you know, go or not? You know. So he's out again like this, and I see him coming. So he's coming with me, you know. So I pull all the way out. As soon as I pull all the way out, I look up like that in the mirror, and he's boom right back in, you know. And that left me out hanging out there to dry, you know, down the back stretch. And so I didn't have anybody to go with me. And I think a couple of people pulled out after that. But, you know, then the caution flew and all that stuff. But it was certainly a good day. And, you know, I'm glad to see him win it. You know, he finally got to 500 and all that stuff. But we had a good car that day. We had a real good car, and just needed that, you know, extra little help, and maybe a little more experience would have helped us that day.